joining us for Your Voice, Your Stories. I'm Megan Knight. Each week we highlight important issues impacting your community and introduce you to people who are working to make our neighborhoods better. Like a hometown hero who returns to Baltimore to inspire and connect. And a librarian who's encouraging kids to read over the summer break. But first, an unsung hero wrapping up a decade of service, helping students to safely cross the street.
Bye, sweetie. Have a good evening.
The hugs just keep coming. A fixture outside George D. Lisby Elementary School in Aberdeen for a decade now, school crossing guard Doris Pressberry is calling it quits.
A lot of hugs and kisses, and I miss you, and why are you retiring? So it's been emotional for me. It's come to another season of my life now. I have to move on.
Helping students navigate their way across Edmund Street in the midst of school buses, parent pickup and drop-offs, and pass through traffic is no small task.
I've had a few near issues yet. It's just overwhelmed. I just thank God that, I was quick and alert and paying attention. That's why I'm like, you can't be doing a lot of playing, talking to this person or that person. You gotta have eyes in the back of your head.
But you don't get standing ovations like this.
Me too. Thank you.
Unless you bring a lot of heart to your work.
You can see our school is right here in the middle of the neighborhood, so we have a ton of walkers that come every morning, and they get their first greeting of the day by Miss Pressberry. She greets them with a cheerful good morning, hello, maybe a high five or a hug, and then they come into the school building. And to me, it's such a small little thing that she does, but it has such a big impact.
Well, have a great evening. Thank you, baby. Have a great evening. Yep, this is my girl, too. I got so many girls.
While the job of a crossing guard may be easy to overlook and could certainly be underappreciated, it's not an easy job to fill. Aberdeen police recently scheduled 32 people to do interviews to fill 2 positions, and only 7 showed up. After all, these are split-shift, part-time positions, paying little more than minimum wage, with huge responsibility, and in this case, a huge pair of shoes to fill.
She's dynamic. We're looking for enthusiastic people that care about the community and getting kids across the street safely. It's not really hard to find, but you just got to find the right people to do the job.
And she's the right one.
Absolutely. We're going to miss her.
Thank you.
It's a common theme as Miss Doris Pressberry prepares to move on.
Ever since I came in 2nd grade, she's always been here. She's always been protecting the kids.
Proud of her spotless record.
No one's ever been hurt. Not on my watch.
And prepared to devote more time now to her church and to her faith after fulfilling what she has always viewed as her calling on behalf of the students.
Oh, I get my hug. All right. The children are gifts from God. And so we're like their guardian angels, helping them across the street as they're coming across the road, keeping them safe. That's what we do. We're here to keep them safe. It's all about the children. Thank you. Last day.
In Aberdeen, Jeff Hager, WMAR 2 News.
Commander Van Scott has served all across the world, but his roots are right here in Baltimore. I'm Zaira Williams, and as part of the Navy's executive engagement visit, he's using his homecoming to connect with leaders, students, and everyday Marylanders, as well as show the human side to his military service. Commander Van Scott has served around the globe, but now he's back in Maryland serving his community.
Being home, it just feels good. It just feels natural.
Born and raised in Northwest Baltimore City, Commander Scott went to Baltimore Polytechnic High School.
So I'm a big poly grad. Oh, wow. Hopefully there's other poly grads in the audience. Okay. All right, top crowd. All right, great.
He graduated from the University of Maryland. He's currently stationed in Washington State.
Expression that says home's where the Navy send you. I've been all around the world, but it's nothing like Baltimore.
21 years and counting, Commander Scott makes up one of 3 African-American commanding officers in the Navy. He knew he wanted to be a leader and found that calling right here at home.
I was raised by my grandparents, so I am a proud product of my grandparents' upbringing.
Commander Scott is in town as part of the Navy Executive Engagement Visit, a national effort to strengthen connections between the Navy and communities like the one he grew up in.
I'm in the Army. I actually came from a company command position. Okay. It's the best job in the world.
Yeah, isn't it?
From the deck of a Navy ship to the streets of Baltimore, Commander Scott's journey has come full circle.
This feels really good. I feel like, I call myself Baltimore built, but Navy refined. So this city right here laid the foundation of where I am today.
His one goal, letting city kids know that the sky is the limit.
Stay true to yourself, resist the temptations that are out there, and keep eye on the ball. Right, the prize is out there for you if you're willing to take it.
Another goal, to recruit and invest in the future generations of the Navy.
If you're mechanically inclined, mathematically inclined, if you're a video gamer, we need all of that talent right there.
And for a commander who grew up just blocks away from where he stands right now, the chance to serve and inspire right here at home is a full circle moment. In Baltimore, Sierra Williams, WMAR 2 News.
School may be out for the summer, but that doesn't mean class is completely out of session. I'm at Villa Cresta Elementary in Parkville, where the story is just beginning. Summer break! In the final days of the school year, this library transforms into a mini bookstore, except everything is free.
It gives them a chance to pick what they're interested in. They're not being stuck with something that they have to read for class.
Librarian Jen Hartman organizes a summer book swap where every student gets to pick 5 books to take home.
I have 2 sons, and their librarian put together a book swap when they were little, and I thought the idea was great.
All 600 students.
Here's some good Disney ones.
Chose from over 5,000 books.
I definitely have a lot of parents that are thankful that I'm helping encourage them to read. This comes on the heels of we do a readathon fundraiser every year. So they've kind of come off of the readathon with competing to read, and now they're like, oh, I get more books.
Donations come from the Maryland Book Bank and parents looking to pitch in.
We have a lot of families that are really supportive and bring in tote bins of books and scour yard sales.
The kids get to keep the books or bring them back in the fall to swap again.
Or pass them on to other friends. Gives the kids something to read over the summer because we don't do book checkout for summer materials. And we have a lot of families that sometimes just can't make it to the public library.
Hartman encourages the kids to keep reading.
Who was looking for Dr. Seuss?
So they can beat the summer slide. That's the decline in academic skills or learning loss that students can experience in the summer months.
I always joke with them too that one of my son's motivators for reading when he was little was he was playing video games where you needed to be able to read the screen to be able to move. And he would get frustrated when he couldn't read. So that was a huge motivator for him to, I have to learn how to read better if I want to be able to do better in this game.
The kids were proud to show off their summer reads.
I got this for my sister.
Some telling me they even picked out books for their younger siblings.
About 1 more minute to make your choices.
Cara Burnett.
Have a good day, guys.
WMAR 2 News.
There's a brand new indoor playground in Baltimore County for children with special needs. I'm Janae Wright, and I'll give you an inside look at the new BZ's Sensory Gym.
I realized that there are no truly safe all inclusive environmental spaces where children who are neurodivergent can play safely. So that's how BZ was born, to feel that.
BZ, which opened its doors 3 weeks ago, caters to the needs of all types of children who fall anywhere on the spectrum. The gym has a large playroom that has many activities from swings and slides to a ball pit and interactive games on the walls. But it also has a calming room for those children who may get overstimulated during play. Evie Hosfield works at the gym and says it's a huge help for children with special needs.
A big part about what's important for people with sensory issues is just how understanding that, you know, Ruby and Caroline are. And the last thing a kid wants when they're going through a sensory overload or too annoyed at, you know, small sounds, people screaming, is someone judging them.
The gym has open play pricing and monthly memberships for parents who want to bring their children any number of times. Thea Knight heard about the space and decided to bring her grandson for the first time.
Well, it's nice to see if they like the space and if they're going to enjoy themselves, because that's what I was just looking for, something for him to do different that he would enjoy. And since they like to run around, this is good.
She says her grandson enjoyed the space, and she enjoyed having a place to let him be free to play however he wants. And Ruby Arreño says that is the exact reaction they were hoping for in the community.
But this has been a space where parents have met other parents in similar circumstances, and we can see how, they're creating community and just having opportunities where even their own kids can start forming relationships.
Janae Wright, WMAR 2 News.
I'm Jack Watson in Catonsville, where we have the scoop on how you can help critically ill children through ice cream.
We're a new business in town. Catonsville is a very community-oriented place.
Right on Frederick Road, it's season 2 for Catonsville Scoops. John Ryman and his wife started this business with John's mom, who also owns Pat's Porch next door. In the ice cream shop's backyard on Saturday, July 5th, it's game on.
I've already made a sample bowl of it. It is a lot of ice cream, so it will be pretty challenging.
First to finish wins. 14 scoops, each a different flavor. It's an ice cream contest with great stakes and a great mission.
We thought we'd create this ice cream contest, raise a bunch of money for a great cause, and partner with a charity, Believe in Tomorrow, who is also local to Catonsville.
We see children with the most critical of illnesses who travel from throughout the United States and around the world.
About a mile east on Frederick Road, Marianne Davis is CEO of the Believe in Tomorrow Children's Foundation. The proceeds go to them and the work they do providing hospital housing and places to get away for children with critical illnesses and their families. Since 1982, they've helped thousands. Davis says an event with ice cream is fitting.
What they're doing is a perfect tie-in to what we do. We deal with children. By and large, it's children that have cancer and other really critical illness. We keep children and families in our programs from the time they're diagnosed up to 1 year post-active treatment to get them away from those stresses of home and hospital.
Back at the shop, Ryman is encouraging other local businesses to sponsor the event. They're about halfway filled to their 20 entry limit. Head to our website for a link to sign up, help a great local charity, and see how much you can put down here in 21228. In Catonsville, Jack Watson, WMAR 2 News.
R2 News, part of the Scripps News Group.
Welcome back to Your Voice, Your Stories. As we continue our celebration of Black Music Month, a Baltimore artist showcases the sound that's got people calling him a game changer in the city's music scene. But first, our extensive reporting on mail theft in the Baltimore area now has the attention of a high-ranking congressman.
We continue to hear from customers whose payments were stolen after they mailed them at a local post office. And while checks and money orders are targets, customers say their gift cards have also gone missing.
It was this clear bag saying, "We care, dear postal customer." But then I noticed that, like with a letter opener, someone had actually opened it.
This is the holiday card Stephanie Bagley mailed one of her employees in January. In March, it was returned to her.
So the greeting card's still there. The greeting card is still here. The gift card is gone.
Stephanie mailed the $50 gift card along with several others at the post office on Fayette Street in downtown Baltimore, where she paid for certified mail.
I just wanted to kind of take those extra steps just to make sure it got there. But I'll be honest with the stealing never crossed my mind. Never.
Because she paid for tracking, we can see the card, intended for a Baltimore resident, started at the post office on January 2nd. Arrived in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania on February 12th, then went back to Baltimore on March 6th when it was delivered back to Stephanie.
Whose job is it to take this and put it into this little bag because they didn't notice that this had been cut open?
A USPS spokesperson said the mail was returned because the address was wrong. As for the missing gift card, he said the Postal Service discourages rigid items from being placed in letter envelopes as they may occasionally be ejected during processing. We asked if it's common for envelopes with items ejected to have a clean cut across the bottom. His response was yes, the gift card could have been ejected, but if believed to be a criminal matter, the customer should report the incident to the USPS Office of the Inspector General. Aside from this incident, we've highlighted many other suspected thefts. Customers who mailed checks or money orders at local post offices then learned it'd been stolen, washed, rewritten, and cashed by someone else.
That's just not the service that we deserve, that we pay for, and so somebody needs to hold people accountable.
It's clearly a violation of the law. It's clearly deliberate,
And unfortunately, many times, if not most times, there's very little recourse.
Maryland Congressman Kweisi Mfume is working to restore trust in the Postal Service. During the pandemic, he pushed for timely delivery. He's proposed legislation to better protect letter carriers and held hearings on Postal Service thefts that eventually led to the development of Project Safe Delivery, an initiative by USPS and the U.S. Postal Inspection Service to reduce letter carrier robberies and mail theft.
I have been meeting with the postal police here in my office who are alarmed about what's happening, particularly to cluster boxes and criminals that are able to get what's known as the arrow key that will allow you access.
He sent a letter to the Government Accountability Office requesting an update on the Postal Service's progress in implementing the plan, including installing 49,000 electronic locks requiring two-factor authentication. And he wants new legislation to streamline who goes after these criminals and how to keep them from doing it again.
We need one process, one mechanism, and then one oversight capability. We're going to get it fixed. That's for sure. The problem is how much damage will occur in the meantime.
In addition to the investigation by the Government Accountability Office, Congressman Mfume wants the USPS Office of the Inspector General to do an audit on mail thefts in our area, and he wants local law enforcement to play a bigger role. But when we reached out to Baltimore City Police, they told us they direct mail theft victims to the Postal Police. Mallory Safaste, WMAR 2 News.
Style, rhythm, flow. You need all of them, whether you're trying to find your groove on the pavement or in search of the right beat in the studio. It was here at Hampden Skate Park where a young man's mind started to create music that could glide across genres and generations. This is where award-winning composer John Tyler discovered that his sound could tell a story.
That was like my first experience seeing like live music and raw energy. So a lot of my foundation of like finding community, finding my style, finding my slang, finding my people, it started in this space right here.
He fell in love. By 5th grade, he was a performer in his own band. By middle school, learning to produce. And by 17, he stepped into a lane that would eventually win him an Emmy.
A lot of my sound has that cinematic aspect where it sounds like you're listening to a movie.
A niche that allows him to bring all of these genres together in one melting pot. Suddenly, the decision he made to dedicate his life to this art was paying off.
And getting that type of recognition on such a grand level, it really did change everything, and it showed me that I mattered. It's really genreless. There's no rules.
All of the creativity it takes to flip a skateboard under your feet to land a new trick, it translates to a mindset that helps him test what's possible. It's why when you ask him what kind of music he makes, you won't get a short answer.
It's like soulful, R&B, jazzy, piano, or Rhodes, which is like electric piano, like rock guitar, really like hip hop drums, like punkish drums, like very loud, groovy, funky bass lines. A lot of my sound has that cinematic aspect where it sounds like you're listening to a movie. I love music so much. I love, you know, what goes into it and just pushing boundaries and just experimenting and trying to create something new. Yeah, that's it's a part of me, it's in my blood. You can do literally anything. Yeah, it's quite crazy. And I can show you some stuff too.
Just like that, he started laying down something new from scratch.
You know, it'd be interesting if we turned this into like a trap beat.
Then he decided to transform that same track, not once, not twice, 3 times. In that moment, we got to witness on the spot that he's just as in love with the process of creating the movie as he is when the credits roll at the end. Randall Newsom, WMAR 2 News.
He's spreading through the mid-Atlantic, and it's coming from ticks. What you need to know and protect yourself as you enjoy the outdoors this summer.
Anne and her son Richard don't let a little rain keep them from enjoying some time outdoors at Loch Raven Reservoir.
A little bit of fishing in the rain.
Yeah. And they're prepared in case there are ticks about.
The top part, you could do like sun shirts or something like that, just to have a little something on your arms.
Most importantly, once you return back home, at least check each other to be sure that something is not on you that you're not aware of.
Anne has been bitten before.
It didn't sting, it didn't pinch, it didn't hurt at all. It was only once I got home that I discovered that this tick was on me.
The symptoms are very similar amongst all these diseases that we have.
Ellen Stromdahl led the U.S. Army's lab in Aberdeen for the study of tick-borne diseases.
Our tick populations are growing. Different species are on the move, so there are more diseases and more ticks to be worried about.
The first documented case of babesiosis in Maryland was found on a woman in 2009. It is a parasite that attacks a person's red blood cells. It led to a study now published in the Journal of Medical Entomology. It shows that ticks have spread the disease into Maryland and surrounding states as early as 2009.
We've got great habitat for the ticks, especially as temperatures warm somewhat. We've moved our suburbs into the woods. Our deer population, this is a big one, our deer population has exploded.
She says this is especially worrisome because it's well known the deer tick frequently carries Lyme disease, which research suggests is closely associated with babesiosis. So a person infected with one stands a good chance of being infected with the other. She wants people to stay aware.
The CDC says it's best to avoid being bitten in the first place, but that means avoiding tall grasses and bushy areas. So when you come in from enjoying the outdoors, do a head, shoulders, knees, and toes check, anywhere a tick might hide.
Weakness, fever, and fainting are all early symptoms. Ellen says these symptoms are pretty nonspecific, so the chance of misdiagnosis is high, particularly in the elderly.
The weakness that characterizes babesiosis might be written off to just being old.
So she says if you've recently been bitten by a deer tick and start to feel ill, make sure to ask a doctor to consider this disease. In Lock Raven, Christy Harper, WMAR 2 News.
If you have stories you'd like us to cover, we'd love to hear from you. Email us at storyideas@wmar.com.